can't sell the assets. They can't take your money out. You're out. So that is really what we look at first.
It's a pipeline.
Is it that one is Ghanaian language? Yeah, but it's something that we are aggressively working on. I think the model, we need to train the model, and that's what we are doing, to understand that there are very different kind of players on the app, and there are people with different goals and structures. You can find that one person can have different goals. So how the auto investor is supposed to work is take that different goals and not say that, oh, because your risk appetite is low, even if you have a retirement portfolio, we should give you low risk. Those are some of the things that we are considering, just to make sure that it is a valuable solution to you and not just a gimmick or a feature on the app. It's supposed to create value for you as an investor.
So that Ghanaians can invest in the upcoming Nigerian IPO, such as the Dangote refinery. Yes, we are already partners with some Nigerian brokers out there. As a matter of fact, Blackstar is a member of the African Exchange Linkages Project. And so it's not only Nigeria. We also have partners in the likes of Kenya, Botswana, South Africa, Morocco, among others. So yes, in the upcoming Dangote refinery IPO, you will be able to participate through Blackstar. Very soon, we are going to announce the process or the channel through which you can easily make a purchase or participate in the IPO. Okay. I tried buying 400 shares of Casapreco since April, but the order has still not been executed. Why? I think we answered this question earlier. So it's going to remain pending until the offer period is over, and then by 5th, it's going to settle. And so that is when you are going to have it in your account. And that is the point where it's going to change from pending status to executed.
Status.
Offshore.
Michael, this goes to you. Clydestone and SIC shares take a long time to be executed. Please, what is the risk?
Okay. So Clydestone and SIC had seen some very good rallies in terms of price. Now, the conversation we have had all day is if individuals of these securities have been holding it for a long time and now they see a rally on price, of course, they would want to see how high the price is going to go before they offload. So if you are willing to buy at any prevailing price and the seller is not willing to sell, the order cannot be executed because we have mentioned that one, availability of shares is primary in our market. If the shares are not available, you cannot buy. If there is no demand for it, you will not be able to sell. So these are some of the nuances that we have in our market.
On a lighter note,
exactly. Yeah. I mean, if you are the one who had seen the price move from say 10 pesos and now trading 1 cedi, of course you want to sell and see how far it's going to go. So yeah, naturally, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we will not be able to answer everything, but we'll do our best.
Amount of 100 Ghana cedis, the Blackstar app.
It is not the minimum investment amount, but the minimum deposit, right? So I think it's going through several phases. We started from, if the earlier joiners of the app would admit that we started from 500 and then we brought it down to 100. It's just for you to make a commitment, because we find that a lot of people go on apps and they just go and open and run through, but they don't make any investment. But we want to help you start your investment journey. So committing that 100 cedis and then buying your first investment will help you start that investment journey, which is quite critical to us. Because one of the key things that we have discussed is that we have to enhance our clients' educational, in terms of finance education. They also have to be at the top. And they should also have financial independence when they're making such decisions. So the first starts with that deposit. once you make that deposit, then you say that, okay, let me pick and choose which asset I want to do.
Yeah.
So just to get things going, that's why we put the 100 cedis there.
Yeah, and we understand that people are scared because it's hard-earned money that has been they've worked for. So if you are going to make a commitment of 100 cedis, maybe it is going to take a toll on their pocket. But then I can assure you that when it comes to Black Star, your money is not lost. Even if you make the deposit, you will be able to withdraw as soon as possible, even at that same time period. It's just sort of to activate your account, right? Because it is an investment account, and investment requires money. So it's sort of like to activate your account. Yeah.
That's one of the risks that we see. But also, mind you, they have external auditors. All companies have external auditors. And I don't think any external auditor will risk their license
and their reputation.
Yeah, and their reputation to see you inflate your numbers and sit and look at you. So definitely it's a risk, but there are a few things that have been put in place. One, having an external auditor, and also people aggressively looking at these stocks.
Yeah.
Also ensures that everybody's looking at it and can fish out anything that is
because that's why it's a publicly listed company, right? So it gives opportunity to anyone at all.
Investors can
anyone at all to figure out, take their financials and then
okay. So for those who didn't hear the question was that what stops a company from inflating its financials to deceive prospective investors? And as you've listened to my panelists, there are external auditors who also audit these financials of the companies before they are even published. And so most often than not, there's no room or little room to do some of these deceits.
Yeah, and actually, let's not forget, there are repercussions to some of these things, like jail time. So it's not like you are putting in. And I think this question is on the back of IPO. And let me just shape this in. As the company, you are going to present 3 years continuous financials as part of the listing requirements. So this is going to go to SEC, and I am sure SEC and GSE, and I'm sure they do their own homework when it comes to the financials that you've represented. Aside that, to the external auditors that you have hired to assist you in preparing your books and all that, like I said, there is a big reputational risk at stake for them if they are to do anything that they are not supposed to do. So those are some of the mitigating factors.
All right, so participants would like us to highlight more on our global stocks. So apart from companies on the Ghana Stock Exchange, how can they also participate in the global markets?
So there's a direct way of going into the global markets. The indirect way will best be suited for those who want to do the individual, which is through EABF and CCLF. As I mentioned CCLF is 500 of the biggest companies in the US.
S&P 500.
And then EABF is global tech. So it's not just US focused, but also looking at the whole technology world and looking at stuff that are taking place or have the potential. So indirectly you can do that. And directly you can also look at what you need to have the expertise. Then you have to know how to pick and choose those stocks, depending on your view of the company that is going down and where your risk appetite is.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, please, you can't tell me that this volatility is the same as having volatility.
No.
That's about 10%. And go down 10%. 15%.
Yeah.
So you have to appreciate those sort of nuances before you start able to pick and choose those stocks. But yes, managers are doing that
every day. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have another question here. How is selling price determined at the time of selling a share by an individual? A practical example would be great. I guess the person would like to know how he or she can determine the price at which he or she would want to sell his or her shares.
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, once the stock has been listed on the stock exchange, selling price is determined by the market. The other way you can give your own price, right, is by the limit order that we spoke about. And also because there's the exchange, or when I say the exchange, I mean Ghana Stock Exchange, does not want to allow people to manipulate the market. So just because you bought the stock yesterday at 2 cedis, today you want to come and sell at 10 cedis, it won't make sense. So there is a minimum volume that allows you to make changes to price. And because you are not the only seller in the market, you may choose to sell at 2 cedis, 50 pesos, given that the number of shares you have qualifies for the price change. The maximum price change for a day is 10%, and the minimum price change for a day is 10%. So in essence, I mean the stock price can go up or down by 10% maximum in a trading day, right? So that is what you'll be able to use to determine. So if you have,
so that comes through different factors. So again, back to the fundamental analysis. Once you look at value or cash flow the company is going to have, then because something discounted, I don't want to get too technical, but you discount those future cash flows.
Yeah.